are lots of numbers in historic preservation activity. The dimensions of an old window, the cost of a building's redevelopment, the number of votes to pass a preservation-related warrant article at a town meeting, the many wonderful people in our preservation movement. 7 is the number that the Preservation Alliance came up with 2 decades ago to draw attention and resources to special places each year with our 7 to Save Endangered Properties program. Why 7? Not too many so you could dig into the threat, history, and needs of those listed each year. Not too few so you could also see the variety of trends and critical issues represented in these special places. And because it sounded good, 7 to Save. The Preservation Alliance is proud that 7 to Save listings have helped property owners and advocates draw needed attention, secure votes, and attract creative solutions and investments. We are grateful for the many people who have steered these places to success. What's been lost from the list and from our communities reminds us that there are owners who can't or won't be convinced of a preservation solution. Complex redevelopment scenarios that are made more complex by changing demographic, land use, or political issues, and delays in action that put rehabilitation costs out of reach. Some painful 7 to Save losses include the last remaining building of Noyes Academy in Canaan. This 1835 school was the first known upper-level co-ed school in the U.S. to admit African Americans. And although it was a short-lived social experiment, it launched the careers of several prominent Black leaders of the time. UNH's Depression-era pool, where generations of Durham children learned to swim, and families forged strong community bonds. The rare prairie-style manager's house at the National Register-eligible VA campus in Manchester. There are also some 7 to Save properties that seem stuck. Examples include the Balsams in Dixville Notch, which has already lost some of its secondary buildings. A North Country resource connected to another grand hotel, the print shop at the Mount Washington Hotel, that still contains its 19th century presses and cases of type used to print hotel menus, golf scorecards, and more. 2 major steel truss bridges in Franklin, at a key gateway and near the new Whitewater course. The Moultonborough Grange that continues to deteriorate. Losses represent missed opportunities. These places not only connect us to fascinating stories and events from the past, but also offer new or renewed economic opportunities as places to live, work, and gather. Their rehabilitation and reuse would help conserve resources, maintain or enhance community identity and character, and catalyze additional environmentally healthy investment. At the heart of the success stories and saved status are inspiring examples of tremendous leadership, generous donors and investors, bold leaps of faith, and creative advocacy alignments. Here are just 7 of a nearly 150 property portfolio. The shuttered Hilltop School in Somersworth now houses families in a residential neighborhood that's an easy walk to downtown. The Colonial Theater in Laconia now hosts top-notch entertainment, along with retail and residential spaces that have contributed to a downtown renaissance. Nashua's Coptic Orthodox Church leveraged their 7 to Save listing to secure national grant support to care for their marble-clad building that had previously been home to a French-Canadian congregation. The restored Milford Bandstand is in use again after years of neglect and talk of demolition. Revival of the Parker Noise Block, once an epicenter of pharmaceutical manufacturing where the sugar-coated pill was invented, as a retail and housing anchor for the Main Street of Lancaster. The Grafton Center Meeting House is on its way to a major rehabilitation and reuse as a market and community hub after a fire and years of deterioration made it seem nearly unsalvageable. The Jackson Town Hall has been moved away from its former flood-prone location to a safer site for continued use as the Historical Society's vibrant museum. 40 years ago, attorney Carolyn Baldwin described the reasons that she and others formed the nonprofit that is now the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance. Her words ring as true today as they did in 1985. New Hampshire's built landscape is an essential component of the resources for which we are responsible for present and future generations. Our villages, towns, and cities are every much as vital a part of the New Hampshire environment as are our mountains, lakes, rivers, clean air, forests, and farms. As the Preservation Alliance turns 40 and the 7 to Save program reaches its 20th year next year, we continue to build on that vision and commitment, and it's going to take many voices and strong alliances to succeed. We ask for your ideas about places that need attention and the trends and forces that threaten them. We ask for your commitment to help save places in need, and especially this year's list and those that are languishing on past lists. And we encourage you to champion the many other special places that aren't on the list and that matter to you. Preservation is good for our communities, good for the economy, and good for the soul of New Hampshire.